Hello and welcome to Trains Galore Videos. Today we're going to talk about a little bit of a different subject. We're going to try introducing you to the take-along line of Thomas trains. Most of you by now should be pretty familiar with the Thomas wooden trains, and there is a Thomas right there. But a lot of you may not have had any exposure to the take-along trains. The take-along trains are made by Learning Curve and have a lot of the same characters that are in the Thomas wooden train line. Again, you can see the example of the two Thomases right here, but you can see a lot of differences. The wooden Thomases are much larger. The take-along Thomases are actually made of metal, and you can see they're, just a layer of metal there, and it's hollow on the inside. They're a little heavier. Again, very much more solid. The magnets are very different also, because the magnets, unlike the Thomas wooden train magnets, don't have a front and a back side. I'll go over here and show you this with Emily, in that you can hook Emily up to her tender this way, or you could hook her up to her tender correctly like that. The magnets don't care. So in some ways, the take-along Thomas is good for younger children who get a little frustrated with which way the train goes. Another big difference with the take-along is they are more rugged. I mean, this is a very solid piece of metal. I guess the danger is a child can throw it, so it also make a heavy projectile. The main concept for the take-along is that it's more of a travel toy. It takes up less room. You can set things up. We've got a nice little carrying case for them. But the take-along Thomas is the Thomas that goes places, where the Thomas wooden trains again are more of a stay-at-home, take up lots of space at home. One of the interesting things about the take-along Thomas is there's been a little bit of a change. The track has changed. The new track for the take-along Thomas has got two rails and a center thing for the train to go on. The old track was just a very solid open thing, almost like a road. In a lot of the current stuff for sale for take-along Thomas track, there is an adapter, because you can see the coupling is different. On the old track, there was a large kind of two circles going at each other, and on the new track, it is just a single male-female sort of connection, just like the wooden track, where they've got the track goes together one way, where the old take-along style, any piece fit with any piece. Like the wooden Thomas trains, the take-along Thomas train line also has track buildings and sets. This is the roundhouse for the take-along trains. It comes with a built-in turntable and doors that open and a place for you to actually, Thomas will want to back in here, and a place for the engines to sleep at night. Now, the take-along line is not as extensive as the wooden train line. There are not nearly as many destinations or sets available, but there are some. So this is something to think about if you want to get a train set to, again, take along to Grandma's, or just go on traveling on a family vacation. The take-along set works very well for that. One of the major differences between the trains is the distance between the wheels. You can see that the Thomas wheels on the wooden trains are much farther apart than on the take-along trains. This leads to the interesting situation where you can run a wooden train on the take-along track, both types, but if you try and take a take-along train and run it on the wooden track, you're going to find that the second wheel just doesn't stretch. So these trains are not compatible. The take-along trains and the wooden trains do not work together. And the magnets, now let's do it on the take-along track over here. And if you try and couple them together, they kind of sort of couple together, but they really don't. If you notice, the take-along Thomas's wheels are up in the air because the magnets really don't work right. So take-along Thomas and wooden Thomas are both really fine products, but they do not work well together.